Welcome back. In the last video, we identified data type and format issues in Aisha's Odisha flood tender dataset. Here's why these matters. Imagine you're trying to filter all works category tenders, but filter only shows 45 results when there should be more. The missing entries are hidden because someone typed work without the S or added extra space like work space. Inconsistent formatting makes data invisible to filters. In this video, you will learn a 3-step cleaning process: filter to find problems, use the right tools to fix them, and verify that your fixes worked. Let's dive in. Let's start with step 1, using filters to find problems. I'm going to click on the tender category column header to select it, and then apply a filter. Watch what happens when I open the filter dropdown. Look at this mess. We have works in all caps with 45 entries. We have work without the S with 1 entry. We have work with a space in the middle, that's 1 entry. And we have work without the K. These are all supposed to be same category, but because of inconsistent formatting, they appear as 4 separate options. If I select only works, I will miss 3 other entries, and this is how data becomes invisible. Now, here's your first task. Pause this video, open your copy of the dataset, apply a filter to the tender type column, count on how many different variations you see for open tender. Write that number down, then come back and we will compare. I hope you have tried the task. You should have found at least 4 different variations for open tender. Open tender in lowercase, open tender with no space, open tender with extra spaces and mixed case, and open tender with random capitalization. If you found all 4, excellent! You are seeing the problem clearly. Now let's use filters to find another common issue: missing data. I'm going to remove this filter and apply a new one to the tender district column. When I open the drop-down, I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom and look for the blanks option. Watch this. I will check only blanks and click OK. Now the spreadsheet shows only rows where the district is missing. I can see there are several tenders with no district assigned. That's a serious problem. We can't analyze spending by district if we don't know which district these belong to. Now let's move to step 2, clean to fix. We have found problems using filters. Now we need to fix them systematically. Let's start with the easiest fix: removing duplicates. First, I will clear all filters so I can see the full dataset again. Now, I'm going to select the entire tender ID column by clicking on the column header. With this column selected, I will go to the data menu and choose remove duplicates. Watch what happens. A dialog box appears asking which columns to check for duplicates. The tender ID column is already selected, which is what we want. I will click remove duplicates and wait. The tool scans all the rows and finds duplicate entries. It shows me that 7 duplicate rows were found and removed. The spreadsheet now has 53 unique tenders instead of 59. This is critical. If we hadn't removed these duplicates, our count of total projects would have been inflated by 7. Next method, find and replace for standardizing text. This is one of the most powerful cleaning tools. Let's fix the tender category inconsistencies. I will press Ctrl and F key on Windows or Command and F on Mac to open the Find and Replace dialog. I will click on Replace to switch to Replace mode. Now, I need to decide on one standard format. Let's standardize everything to works in all caps. First, replacement. In the Find field, I will type work. That's work without S. In the Replace with field, I will type works. with the S. I will click Replace All. Watch the counter. It found one match and replaced it. Second replacement now, I will find work, that is WOR space K, and replace it with works. Replace all. One more match fixed. Third replacement, I will find WOR, and I can also manually change WOR to WORKS using auto suggestions, which sometimes saves time, especially when there is only a single entry to correct. Here's your second task. Pause this video, use Find and Replace to standardize the tender type column. Replace all variations with one standard format, open tender, in lowercase, 2 words. Try it out on your own, then come back. I hope you have finished your task to standardize all variations to open tender. Now let me show you a slightly more advanced technique, creating a mapping table for complex cleanup. Look at the tender district column. We have some entries that are obviously wrong, like number 123 instead of a district name, or question mark with special characters. We also have inconsistent capitalization, Anugul in all caps versus Anugul with mixed case. For simple fixes like capitalization, we could use Find and Replace. But to fix invalid entries like question mark or numbers, we need to either manually correct them or create a reference table. Let me show you the manual approach first. I will filter the tender district column to show only entries that look suspicious. I will look for the number 123. There it is. By looking at other information in this row, I can see this tender is for Anugul district. I will manually type Anugul to replace the 123. Similarly, I will find the question entry and replace it based on context clues. For the number entry, I will need to investigate further or mark it as unknown for now. Let's move to step 3, verify to trust. After cleaning, you must always verify that your fixes are actually worked. Let me show you 3 verification checks. First check, I will apply a filter to tender category again. Before cleaning, we had 4 different variations. Now, let me open the drop-down. Perfect. Now we see only works and services. All the formatting variations are gone. Second check, go to your tender type column. Before, we had different variations of open tender. Now, we should see only standardized entries. Perfect. Third check, let me look at the row count. Our dataset originally contained 59 tender rows. After removing 7 duplicates, we were left with 53 unique tenders. Here's your final task for this video. I want you to practice the complete 3-step process on a different column. Choose the status column and do the following. First, filter it to see all unique values. Count how many different status types exist. Second, check if there are any inconsistencies in formatting, extra spaces, different capitalizations, etc. If you find any, use Find and Replace to standardize them. Third, verify your work by refiltering to confirm all entries. Now, use consistent formatting. This is exactly what data cleaning looks like in the real world. You filter to find problems. You choose the right tool to fix them. Duplicate removal, Find and Replace, or manual correction. And you always verify that your cleaning has worked. Excellent work on the 3-step cleaning process. Filter to find problems, clean to fix them using the right tools, and verify that your fixes have worked. We removed duplicates, standardized text with Find and Replace, and manually corrected invalid entries. These techniques work for any messy dataset, not just Aisha's flood tenders.